What's good, y'all? BioSpider 3.0 back with the comic review of the Aquaman comic. So yeah, where we left off, I know in part one, I think I said that Garth had basically stopped Jackson from trying to finish off Manta, and he said something like that's not what we do. We're heroes. He didn't say those exact words. I was just kind of trying to sum up the gist of it, but he didn't actually say like we're heroes. We don't do that because that'd be kind of corny. Like if a hero actually said, "Oh, I'm a hero," or "We're heroes," like they don't say that kind of stuff. But I was just trying to sum up the gist of it so you guys would get the point. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much how the comic ends. Garth basically stops Jackson from finishing off Manta, and then Aquaman kind of comes back into the picture, and him and Garth are basically trying to talk some sense into Manta and trying to get him to maybe maybe not switch sides, but just basically kind of put a stop to all the hate and just senseless violence and fights that they're always having and stuff. And obviously Mantis being stubborn, he's not really trying to hear what they have to say. And he's like, he throws the this giant bomb detonator thing at them, and he's like, no thanks, I like my chances on my own. And then freaking Jackson pulls up and hits him with his little water trident thing again. He's like, I don't. And knocks the detonator out of Manta's hands. And then Aquaman, now Aquaman is like pissed off, so he comes back, knocks Manta to the ground. He's like, that's enough. And and the comic just kind of ends with Manta's down, and the three of them are kind of standing over him. And Aquaman's like, let's try to get some of these artifacts that Manta was gonna sell, and then we'll prepare him for the authorities so they can take him away. And and then I really like how it kind of ends right here, because freaking Jackson is trying to he's basically saying that like Black Manta is stuck in his ways, he's never gonna change and everything. And he's like, we saved him and he still wants to like kill us and all that. And then he's Aquaman replies, he's like, some people just don't want to be safe, but that doesn't mean we stop trying. So I thought that was a pretty cool way to end it in the comic. It's a really nice comic, man. It's short and sweet, it's to the point. And I'm trying to find ways to be like critical of it. I don't want to just say like it's a A+ comic, but hey, maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've actually like read all the way through a comic. Last year, I think like probably the last comic that I read like all the way, fully through, that was like a hard copy like this or a physical copy, was One More Day. Or no, sorry, not One More Day. Is it called One More Day? Um, yeah, it is One More Day, isn't it? Right? The Spider-Man comic where Mephisto basically has him he like Spider-Man makes a deal with the devil, like Mephisto, the Marvel devil or whatever. Um he makes a deal with him about selling his marriage with Mary Jane to the devil so that Aunt May can still live. Yeah, so that was, I think, the last maybe physical comic that I read like all the way through, and I'll of course be dropping a review of that on the channel at some point. But yeah, man, this is like one of the first comics after that one that I've read all the way through in a long time, and it's really short. Like you guys saw me flip through the pages in part one. It's like a nice, short, sweet, simple comic, very thin, straight to the point. But I thought it was a really good story, man. I liked it a lot, and it's actually got me wanting to read some more Aquaman comics in the near future. So even in the back here, they show you some of the other Aquaman comics that are coming out. So they've got like some reviews from other people back here, MTV Geek and Crave Online. They give their thoughts on the comic. And then you can see right here, Aquaman Volume 1, The Trench, by Jeff Johns, Ivan Race, and Joe Prado. So I guess this looks to be a part of the New 52 series, which is the same type of series or line that the Batman figure that I reviewed a while back. He was like a New 52 Batman, so it's that same style. But this is like Aquaman, the New 52 version of Aquaman. So I guess that's how he looks as far as like the art style goes. This is how the New 52 Aquaman art is kind of drawn. And then you can see down here, there's some other comics coming out, or like, kind of like follow-ups to this one up here. We've got Aquaman Volume 2, The Others by Jeff Johns again, Ivan Reis, and Joe Prado. And then we have Aquaman Volume 3, Throne of Atlantis by Jeff Johns, Paul Pelletier, and Ivan Reis. So yeah, and then it says over here, read the entire epic. So we've got Aquaman Volume 4, Death of a King, Aquaman Volume 5, Sea of Storms, Aquaman Volume 6, Maelstrom, Aquaman Volume 7, Exiled, and Aquaman Volume 8, Out of Darkness. So yeah, really cool stuff, man. I like it. And I think it's really cool that for the Page Punchers line, I'm not I mean, I think, I can't be sure, but I want to say that all of the Page Punchers figures in the McFarlane Toys line come with their own comic. I'm not, I mean, don't quote me on that, but I think that's why they call it Page Punchers. Is I think it's because each figure comes with a comic, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's a really cool idea. That's something that McFarlane Toys is, I think it's unique to McFarlane Toys because, Hasbro definitely doesn't do that with Marvel Legends and stuff. Toy Biz used to do that with a lot of older comic book figures. Marvel Legends, they would have comics that came with the figures, and that was really awesome. I never really like owned any as a kid that like came with any comics, but I do know that there are several Toy Biz figures out there that came with a comic at one point, and I think that's really cool. As a kid to be exposed to not only like the figure, but have an actual comic that you can read and get background and just read about the lore and stuff. That's really awesome. I wish they were still doing that type of thing. That's one of the reasons, another one of the reasons that I miss Toy Biz so much as a toy company is because I just think they were doing some great stuff when it comes to figures and giving us kind of like the background and the in-depth of the characters that we were collecting or playing with as kids. So I just think that's awesome, man. But yeah, really good comic. I highly recommend it. Obviously, if you have the Ocean Master from McFarlane Toys, the Page Punchers Ocean Master, then you should have this comic, theoretically, right? If not, you can probably find it maybe at a comic shop or some kind of a con or something, or like, a place like Frankenson's, like a type of convention place that has comics and such. You might be able to find this. You should be able to find it online. I'm sure somebody's probably selling it on the aftermarket. Again, if you're looking for it, it looks like this on the front. It's Aquaman Volume 1, or at least, there's a 1 over here in the corner. And then you've got these guys on the side, Ryan, Lewis, Trindade, and Locust. There's no real title for it, like at the bottom, like the other ones. But, it's got Aquaman. It's got this, epic picture of Ocean Master on the front there, holding the trident and looking very angry and menacing. But yeah, that is basically the front. And then the back is just basically DC in blue. But yeah, really, really cool comic, man. I enjoyed it. Highly recommend it if you are able to get your hands on it. I think it's a good read. And it definitely has me wanting to read those other comics that I just, showed you in the back as like a follow-up. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking into those because, I'm excited. I'm interested to learn more about Aquaman because I never really knew too much about him. Just kind of things that I heard like here and there from, Spider-Man games or cartoons and stuff. They would make references to Aquaman, and that's kind of how I learned about him. So but yeah, so I'm very excited to read those other comics. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my first comic book review. I mean, if I had to give it an actual rating, like a number rating, maybe say like out of 10. Oh man, it's just hard to rate it because it's such a short, sweet comic. I mean, I think maybe the only thing I would want more from this comic is maybe for it to be like slightly longer. That's like the only thing, because I really enjoyed reading it so much, and I was done reading it within like a few minutes because it's so short and sweet. But so yeah, I would say maybe the length could be just slightly longer, but I think overall it did a really good job of getting straight to the point and giving us all the insight that we needed. Like, it introduced at least me to Garth and Jackson, which were two characters that I was previously unfamiliar with. So yeah, I think that they did a pretty good job with this. I really enjoyed it. The art is amazing. I really love the art. You can see all the guys that worked on the comics right here on the first page. Rex Locust did the colors, and Jonas Trinde did the inks. Jose Luis did pencils, and Sean Ryan wrote the story. So, and then you got all these other guys that put in work on it. So yeah, really really awesome comic. I'll probably give it like a 9.8 out of 10. Again, I think maybe the only thing that I would want slightly more is just the length, maybe just a little bit more story before it ended. And but yeah, other than that, I think it was a damn good comic. So highly recommend it, guys, if you can get your hands on it. Yeah, that's my first comic book review for the channel. This is the conclusion. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be looking out on the channel for more comic book reviews coming very, very soon, as well as obviously more figure reviews and even some film and TV show reviews coming very soon. I've got some shows that I've just recently finished or I'm getting into that I would very much like to review on the channel, and I think that you guys it would be a lot of fun if you guys chimed in and gave me your thoughts on the shows that we discussed. I think it would be a really good opportunity for dialogue and some discussion. But thank you as always for watching. This has been your boy BioSpider 3.0, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.